కృపావార్త కార్యక్రమమునకు స్వాగతం. నేటి ధ్యానాంశము నమ్మకత్వము, ఫెయిత్ఫుల్నెస్. మోషే నా ఇల్లంతట్లో నమ్మకస్తుడు. మోషే ఈజ్ ఫెయిత్ఫుల్ in all my household. నెసాగెద యేసునితో నా జీవిత కాలమంతా, నెసాగెద యేసునితో నా జీవిత కాలమంతా. యేసుతో నడిచెదా, యేసుతో గడిపెదా, యేసుతో నడిచెదా, యేసుతో గడిపెదా, పరమును చేరగనే వెళ్ళెదా, హానోకు వలె సాగెదా, నెసాగెద యేసునితో నా జీవిత కాలమంతా. వెనుక శత్రువు వెంటాడినను, వెనుక శత్రువు వెంటాడినను, ముందు సముద్రము ఎదురొచ్చినా, మోషే వలె సాగెదా, నెసాగెద యేసునితో నా జీవిత కాలమంతా. లోకపు శ్రమలు నన్నెదిరించిన, లోకపు శ్రమలు నన్నెదిరించిన, కఠినులు రాళ్లతో హింసించిన, కఠినులు రాళ్లతో హింసించిన, స్టెఫెనో వలె సాగెదా, నెసాగెద యేసునితో నా జీవిత కాలమంతా. తల్లి విడచిన, తండ్రి మరచిన, తల్లి విడచిన, తండ్రి మరచిన, బంధువులే నన్ను వెలివేసిన, బలవంతునితో సాగెదా, నెసాగెద యేసునితో నా జీవిత కాలమంతా. బ్రతుకుట క్రీస్తే చావైన మేలే, బ్రతుకుట క్రీస్తే చావైన మేలే, క్రీస్తుకే హత సాక్షిగా మారెదా, పౌలు వలె సాగెదా, నెసాగెద యేసునితో నా జీవిత కాలమంతా, నెసాగెద యేసునితో నా జీవిత కాలమంతా. నేటి ధ్యానాంశము ఫెయిత్ఫుల్నెస్, నమ్మకత్వం. If there is something that is very scarce, very rare in this world is, we say noble metals are scarce, precious metals are scarce, precious stones are scarce. What for? They are good for nothing. What is scarce is faithfulness. Wife cannot rely on husband. Husband cannot rely on wife. Children cannot trust parents. Parents cannot trust children. Employers cannot trust employees. Employees cannot trust employers. Masters cannot trust servants. Servants cannot trust masters. Kings cannot trust people. People cannot trust rulers. This is what we are seeing throughout the world. Not a single family, not a single state. It is throughout the globe the same scenario, the same situation is prevailing. Can we see faithfulness anywhere? I have trusted my servant so much. I have entrusted all my business to him, depending on him, relying on him, trusting on him. At the end of the day, he has betrayed me. He has taken all my shares. He has taken all my riches. He has taken all my wealth. I was shown zero profit at the end of the day. He has adopted foul means to transfer all the profits, all the wealth to some other forms in the name of Binami, by putting his own relatives, his own friends as owners of pseudo farms and transferring all the wealth from my business to his own businesses. Don't we see such sorrowful stories every now and then? What is lacking? Trust is lacking. What is lacking? Faithfulness is lacking. If there is no faithfulness, what will happen? Wounds are caused. It is grievous, it is sorrowful, it is painful. Trust is broken, relationships are broken. So, man is getting many kinds of sicknesses. If a rich person were to lose all of his wealth on a fine morning, will it not be a source of concern? Will it not be a source of worry? Will it not be a source of anxiety? Will he not be emotional? If a father loses his beloved child to a dreadful sickness, will the father be not emotional? Are we not human beings? Will we not be emotional? And most of the sorrows, most of the worries, most of the sicknesses, most of the anxieties, problems all around us are because of lack of faithfulness, lack of trust. Have God on your mouth, have God on your lips. When you lie down with your wife, have God on your lips. What a wonderful wisdom. Who has ever told this? The words of God gives us wonderful counseling, wonderful wisdom. How can we be peaceful in this world? How can we sustain all the odds, unfavorable circumstances, endure so many losses, endure so much suffering, so much pain? The Bible gives needed guidance, wisdom, strength to face any kind of situation with courage, confidence. Even a wife is not faithful, reliable, trustworthy. Even a husband is not faithful, reliable, trustworthy. Have God on your lips when you lie down with your wife. Only to the extent that is needed. You have to communicate. You should not reveal the secret things. Probably you may fall into trouble. You may fall into pit. You may fall into problems. Not by outsiders, only by those whom you trust the most. Devil, the Satan, the adversary, will use only those that are intimate to you. Devil will probe all your records, all your biodata, and see all your family photos, all your childhood photos, and finds out who is very next to you, who is very close to you, who is intimate to you. And devil will make its devices, plans, wicked schemes to use the one that is very next to you, that is very close to you, that is so intimate to you, to harm you, to dig a pit for you. How can we be delivered from all such schemes of devil? How can we be protected from the deceptive tactics of the adversary? There is nothing like adversary, there is nothing like devil, there is nothing like Satan. If there is nothing like devil, if there is nothing like Satan, if there is nothing like adversary, why do we see so many conflicts starting from family? We need not go up to the level of nations. Of course, there are bigger conflicts between the heads of nations. Within the family there is no peace. Within the family there is no faithfulness. There is no trust. A family that prays together stays together. Don't we see in families wife rebelling against husband, husband rebelling and fighting with wife? Where will the children go? What will the children learn from their parents? Obviously, their hearts will be broken. Conflict begins at home. Violence begins at home. Mistrust begins at home. Lack of faith, lack of trust begins at home, and it is spreading as a viral infection, as a bacterial infection, from families to families, societies to societies, and up to the level of nations. It is spreading. So what is lacking today is trust. What is lacking today is faith. And the Bible teaches us how can we be faithful, and also how can we be guarded from those that are unreliable, from those that are not trustworthy. When we allow the Word of God to dwell in our heart, we will be able to distinguish those that are reliable, those that are not reliable, and we will flee away from those that are not trustworthy, that are not reliable, so that we will not fall into temptation, we will not fall into trap, we will not lose our precious possessions. I have trusted my business partner so much, and my business partner has deceived me. I have trusted my husband so much, I have given my checkbook with blank checks to my husband. At the end of the day, all my bank balance is zero. Don't we see so many film actors working day and night so much, tirelessly working in film industry, in fashion industry, in modeling industry. In their youth, many of the youngsters are working so much hard. At the end of the day, to get consolation, to get comfort, they are turning to those that are not reliable. Knowing fully well he is married, why at all who you have to go and have relationship with him just to get comfort, just to get love. You know very well he is married, you know very well he has children, you know very well he has his own family, you know very well that his heart is on something else and his heart is not on you. How can you derive happiness? How can you derive comfort from a person who has a well-established family and who has his own children, who has his own sources of joy? Don't we see so many film actors, so many youngsters? My boyfriend, my girlfriend. Can you trust? Can you rely? At the end of the day, what does it profit you after giving all that you possess to a person that has entered into your life just to deceive you? Your adversary, the devil, is roaring like a lion, whom to devour, whom to destruct. Be on your own guard. Are you choosing friendship? Are you choosing love? Are you choosing comfort? Are you running after pastors? Are you running after pseudo shepherds? Are you running after your fans? It is no good. There is only one good shepherd, and the one true good shepherd is Jesus Christ Himself. This hope in Christ shall not put us to shame. Do we have such assurance? Do we have such assurance? I know fully well he is married. Not married once. He is married twice. He has 2 wives. I will be the 3rd wife. Don't you have shame? Can you trust such a unreliable person? My daughter, do not neglect the counseling from your father, counseling from your mother. How many young girls rejecting the counseling from their father, counseling from their mother? My boyfriend is greater than you. My boyfriend is more lovable, more reliable, more trustworthy than you. How many young girls putting trust on someone that has been contacted via social media, this media, that media, Facebook, WeChat, WhatsApp, and the social media names are endless. I have seen a boy, I have seen a girl, I will go and marry. Is that the way to choose a life partner? Is that a way to find a reliable and faithful person to be your life partner? The word of the Lord gives you wisdom to choose a better life partner so that you will not fall into pit. నేటి ధ్యానాంశము ఫెయిత్ఫుల్నెస్. నమ్మకత్వము. Moshe is faithful in all my household. మోషే నా ఇల్లంతట్లోనూ నమ్మకస్తుడు. What a wonderful testimony. Can you say regarding anyone this kind of testimony? No, because the world is filled with mistrust. A very famous stateswoman, a very famous ruler of a nation says, world is filled with Christianity. Does that mean world is filled with faithful people? Does that mean world is filled with reliable people? If all Christians were to be reliable like Moshe, the world will become heaven. Indeed, world may be filled with Christianity. Namesake pseudo-Christians, good for nothing. It is not because of you that my name is put to shame. My shepherds are mute dogs that they cannot bark. What is the use of mute dogs? Seeing the wolf coming, seeing the lion coming for the prey, to kill the lamb, to kill the sheep. The dog has to bark and alert the shepherd. When the dog sees the lion, when the dog sees something harmful to the flock. My shepherds are mute dogs. What is the use of a mute dog? It can neither bark or it can alert the shepherd regarding the impending danger. Moshe is not like that. In all the household of the Lord, Moshe is reliable, Moshe is faithful, Moshe is trustworthy. Moshe has never given place for pride. Moshe has never given place for self-exaltation. I will exalt myself above the throne of the Lord Most High. This is what is called pride means. This is what is called lack of trustworthiness means. When God gives power, authority, many are exalting themselves above the throne of the Lord Most High, not proving their allegiance to the one that has given them the authority, the power. Yet, Moshe lived up to the expectations of the Lord. Moshe was in wilderness. In fear, Moshe has run away from Egypt. Yesterday you have killed an Egyptian. Today will you kill an Israeli? Hearing that, Moshe was so fearful. Surely this news will reach the king, and the king will be after my life. The Pharaoh will be after my life. Have we not seen? Yesterday you have killed the Egyptian. Today will you kill an Israeli? Who has appointed you as a judge over us? We will quarrel. We will lead a lawless life. We will live as we wish. Who are you to judge us? Today will you kill an Israeli like killing an Egyptian yesterday? Hearing that, Moshe was so fearful. For sure this news will reach Pharaoh, and Pharaoh will be after my life. An act of haste will chase you. Fear will follow. Your heart will be filled with fear. So be on your own guard. Be cautious. Do not commit any crime. Do not commit any violence in a bit of rage. All legitimate things become illegitimate if they take the place of prayer. The servant of the Lord, E.M. Bounds, the monument of faith, is writing regarding the power of prayer. Not by strength, not by might. I will do it with my spirit. Vengeance is mine. Vengeance is not yours. Do not take vengeance on your own. Leave it to me. I will judge. All legitimate things will become illegitimate if they take the place of prayer. Moshe wanted to adopt his own ways and means to do justice. When an Egyptian was doing injustice to an Israeli in the land of Egypt, Moshe has seen the injustice done to the weak, those that do not have any strength. Moshe wanted to do justice in his own way and punished the one that was doing injustice, killed the Egyptian. What is the consequence? In fear, Moshe has to run away into wilderness. Should we not learn from history? Don't we see so many youngsters in a bit of a rage committing crimes and ending up in prisons? I have loved her. I have to marry her. You have loved whether the other girl is loving you. You wanted to marry someone whether The other girl is also willing to marry you. If the other person do not love because you are loving her, will you kill her and end up in prison? Don't we see so many sorrowful, violent events every day in the news? From where this disease has come? Are these not the works of devil? Because I love a person, I will follow him. I will run after him. He has to love me. Where are you seeking love? Where are you seeking comfort? Where are you seeking consolation? In the world, you will never be satisfied. Nothing ever will ever satisfy you. This is the truth. సంతోషం ఎచట ఉందని సమాధానమచట నాకు దొరికేనని జగమంతా వెతికాను జనులందరినడిగాను చివరికది నీలోనే కనుగొన్నాను ఎంత మంచి దేవుడవయ్యా యేసయ్యా చింతలని తీరేనయ్యా నిన్ను చేరినానా చింతలని తీరేనయ్యా నిన్ను చేరినా True joy, true hope, true peace, true love you can only receive in the person Jesus. Human heart is desperately wicked. Guard your own heart. Allow the word of the Lord to guard your heart. May the peace of the Lord guard your mind. The peace of the Lord, surpassing all understanding, should guard our mind so that our hearts do not wander in wrong ways. Are you a prayerful person? Are you a believer? Are you loving God with all your heart? So, in the path of religion, in the path of faith, devil will come to deceive you, to rob your faith, to rob your prayer. Do you love listening to hymns? A gospel singer devil will take the form of a gospel singer and come to you. You will be attracted because the singer is singing only gospel songs, the singer is singing only Christian hymns. You will be attracted because the singer is singing praises to God. But devil can use the same person to deceive you, so that you will give in your heart place to whom you are being attracted, and slowly your love for Jesus will diminish and the things of the world will occupy your heart as an idol. Devil has many ways to rob your faith, to rob your prayer time, to rob your faith. So be on your own guard. Moshe is faithful in all my household. What a wonderful testimony. Throughout our earthly journey, we should be on our guard. I have been a Christian for 40 years. It doesn't matter. Tomorrow, early morning, you may fall in your faith life. Human heart is desperately wicked. Each day we have to diligently work our faith, prove our allegiance to God, so long as we are on this planet Earth. Moshe has received many temptations, yet he could overcome. In the wilderness, while guarding his livestock, God is speaking to Moshe. Moshe, I have heard the cry of my people. I am appointing you as a leader to lead my people, to deliver my people from captivity. Are you in oppression? Are you in fear? Are you in sorrow? Are you crying for rescue? Are you crying for help? God has seen your helpless estate. God has seen your helplessness. God has seen your weakness. So God has come to you as Emmanuel in the form of Jesus Christ, just to strengthen you, just to save you. As God has sent His servant Moshe to rescue Israelites, God Himself, one among the triune God, Jesus Christ, the Son, the only begotten Son of God, took the form of flesh and blood and came to the planet Earth just to help you. Do not think that there is no one to help you. Do not think that there is no one to deliver you. Are you in oppression? Are you suffering injustice? Are you sick? Are you left by everyone? Are you deceived? Have you lost everything? So, definitely, you need Jesus. Definitely, you need revival. Definitely, you need hope. Jesus Christ is reliable. Jesus Christ is trustworthy. You can have your faith on Jesus Christ and regain all the things that you have lost. Moshe is faithful in all the household of the Lord, being a servant. Being the only begotten Son of God, Jesus Christ is obedient and faithful unto death. It is natural that our servants will be obedient to us. Servants will be obedient to masters. But being children, can we expect children to be obedient like servants? No. Yet, see Jesus Christ being heir of everything, being authority of everything. Nothing that is created without Jesus. Being the heir of all that is created, Jesus, being the only begotten Son of God, humbled Himself and took the form of a lowly servant. What a obedience, what a humility, what a faithfulness. Regarding Jesus Christ also, the Father is testifying a wonderful testimony. This is my beloved Son in whom I am well pleased. Even there are instances when Moshe displeased God. Even there are instances wherein Moshe violated the law. Jesus Christ, the fullness of God is dwelling in Christ, has never displeased the Father. Follow me, I'll make you fishermen. By following the footsteps of Jesus Christ, we can dwell in peace. We can be protected from all dangers that are common, natural in this world. We see so many deceptions in this world. We see so much betrayal. We see so much lack of trust. We see so many grievous situations, broken relationships. When trust is broken, obviously there will be wounds. Who can heal such wounds? Who can comfort those that are betrayed? Who can comfort those that have lost all their valuables because of the breaking of trust? In all such sorrowful circumstances, whatever may be your situation, You can receive healing, you can receive comfort through Jesus Christ. Why? Because He Himself was tempted in all things, just as you are being tempted. As a result, He is able to comfort you in any kind of tribulation that you go through. We have the high priest who is able to comfort us in any kind of sorrow, suffering, tribulation, because He Himself has gone through all kinds of sufferings that any human being can ever go through in this broken world. So, should you receive this friend? Should you reject this friend? Should you reject this high priest? We do not have a high priest who is not able to sympathize with our weaknesses. Are you weak? If you are weak, this world will obviously exploit. Are you weak? If you are weak, this world will rob you. This world will deceive you. Without your interference, without your involvement, many ways you will be exploited. It is common, it is natural in this world. But Jesus Christ says, if you are weak, the Lord says, my grace is sufficient for thee in your weakness. My strength is made perfect. Paul, the servant of the Lord, prays thrice, Lord, I am weak. There is a thorn in my flesh. I am so weak. Then Jesus Christ says, my grace is sufficient for thee in your weakness. My strength is made perfect. What a wonderful communication. Have you ever received such communication from Jesus Christ? If Jesus Christ will not speak, what good is He? What for He is good? Why at all we should pray? Why at all we should receive Jesus Christ as our personal Savior? What a wonderful communication Paul used to have with Jesus. Lord, who are you? Shaul, you are persecuting me. I am the church. Lord, when have I persecuted you? When have I harmed you? I have never seen you even. Why do you say that I have harmed you? Why do you say that I have hurt you? I have persecuted you? Shaul, you are harming, you are persecuting, you are killing with your sword the innocent, the weak, the helpless, the defenseless, the poor, the widows, the fatherless that have trusted in me and are under my wings, taking refuge. The apostolic church is being persecuted. Paul was killing all those that are having faith in Jesus Christ. Don't we see all through the world, present day, not few centuries or few millennia back, present day, don't we see such violence in the name of faith, in the name of religion? What are we going to achieve with such violence, with such persecution? Does God rejoice in such violence, in such persecution, in such harm? Because my faith is different from your faith, because your faith is different from my faith, I will kill you. You have to follow my faith, otherwise I will persecute you. Is this pleasing in the sight of God? Is this the religion that the God has chosen? For this reason God has created man in His image. Is this what is called being faithful to God? Is this what is called practicing the religion? Because your faith is different, because your language is different, because your ethnicity is different, because your caste is different, because your community is different, I will persecute you. Is this from God or from human wisdom, human knowledge? Obviously, this is not founded on faith, not led by God. God is love, God is spirit. Throughout the course of history, have we ever seen God commanding persecution? God orchestrating persecution in the name of faith? God hates bloodshed. God hates shedding of blood. Truly, I will take account from this generation from all the innocent blood that has been shed, right from the blood of Abel to the blood of Zechariah that has been persecuted between the temple and the altar. Today, if we see in the newspaper, don't we see such violent happenings within families, brothers killing their own siblings? The story of Abel and Cain is not an mysterious story, still we see. Why? Lack of trust, lack of faith, lack of fear of God. The true religion in the sight of God is to care for the orphans and widows and to lead a blameless life in the sight of God. What a blameless life Moshe is leading. Even though all the whole congregation of Israel were grumbling, murmuring, rebelling against Moshe, Moshe was patient. Moshe was meek. That is the very reason why Moshe received a wonderful testimony from God. Moshe is the meekest among all my servants. Among all the people on the face of the earth, Moshe is the meekest person. Should we not practice such meekness? Should we not practice such faithfulness? What for? What is the advantage? To have a good end. The end of a thing is better than the beginning. May I have the end like the end of these people. Prophet Bilam, when hired to curse the people of God, is prophesying, may I have the end like the end of these people. Bilam could see the end of the people of God, those that practice true faith, those that trust in God, because their end will be good. What is the use of leading a luxurious life and having a sorrowful and painful end, not buried well? I am so rich. I am a flourishing professor. I am a wealthy businessman. I am a head over a great nation. What is the use? Could you see your end? Will your end be like the end of the people of God? Bilam could see the end of the people of God. May my end be like the end of these people. We should be able to see beyond our times. How is this possible? By trusting in Jesus Christ, God will reveal the future happenings. Jacob knows very well when he is going to leave this planet Earth. So when his death is nearing, he sends forth a message to all his 12 sons, assembles all his 12 sons in his old age when he is about to breathe his last. Isaac knew very well the nearing of his death and calls forth his son, eldest son. Yes, and I am going to bless you because my days on this earth are nearing to end. Before I am gathered with my fathers. I will bless you. Isaac was faithful to God. That is why God was not ashamed to be called as the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. Lord, who are you? You are asking me to go and stand before Pharaoh. You say that you have heard the cry of those that are oppressed, those that are suffering injustice, those that are in captivity, those that are held in agony, in sorrow, in pain. No way out, no hope of deliverance. You say that you have heard them, you say that you have seen them. Who are you? What is your name? I am the God of Abraham, I am the God of Isaac, I am the God of Jacob. I am not ashamed to be called as their God. What about you? Can God say that He will not be ashamed to be called as your God? Are you faithful like Abraham? Are you faithful like Isaac? Are you faithful like Jacob? Then your end will be like the end of the people of God. May my end be like the end of these people of God. Balak was furious to hear such blessings pronounced on these people. Have I heard you and have I called you from so far? Why are you blessing these people if you do not curse? It is well, but do not bless. Why are you blessing? Is my mouth is in my authority? Is my speech in my authority? Whatever God puts in my mouth, only that I can speak. I can speak neither good nor bad other than the word that was placed in my mouth. Why are you pronouncing blessing on these people? Have I heard you and called you from so far, sending forth my servants to pronounce blessings on these people? You see, the whole surroundings are covered by these people. Maybe if you do not see their face from other side, if you see them, you may be able to curse them. So I will prepare the altar on some other place. See them from some other place so that you will curse them. Bilam, no curse should proceed from your mouth. They are blessed. The pseudo prophet, knowing the heart of God, knowing God has blessed the people, devises evil to harm the people of God. God is not allowing me to curse. God is not allowing me to pronounce curse on these people. So I will tell you the way how you can provoke God to anger and bring curse upon these people. What a great wickedness. Professing that they are wise, they have become fools. Don't we see such pseudo professors destined to bring peace in the world, destined to pronounce blessings in the world, but rather turning earth into a hell? I will tell you the way you can bring curse on these people. Pseudo professors using their wisdom, using their innovation for destruction. We will have one single purse, we will have one bank account, we will have common accumulation of funds. Come and join us in the Manhattan Project, in the project that can kill a multitude of people, destroy a city in a fraction of a second. Let us develop viral infections, let us develop bacterial infections, let us destroy a nation. Professing that they are wise, they have become fools. Bilam, do not run after the riches that Balak is promising. They are of no use to you, they are no good to you. Be careful. They are the blessed people. You should not curse them. Just to please Balak, the wicked king, the pseudo prophet, is showing a way to bring forth the wrath of God on the people of God. Send beautiful women into the camps of Israel so that the young man commits adultery, commits fornication, and violate the law of God. Devil has many schemes to destroy you, to make you forego the blessings of God, to turn your faithfulness into faithlessness, to rob your valuable faith that is more valuable and precious than gold. Don't we have today shepherds like Bilam, pastors like Bilam, that are scattering the sheep, that are doing harm to the sheep rather than doing good? I will tell you a way so that the sheep will be scattered, they themselves will go away. The curse of God will automatically fall on them. The pestilence will automatically fall on them if you send these women that will make the children of God to commit adultery. The pestilence starts because of violation of the law of God. Phinehas, the son of high priest, rises up and kills the women that causes that the women that are a source of sin. The moment Phinehas kills the women that are causing the children of Jacob to commit sin against the Lord, the pestilence stops. This is the way you should go, Christian. You should neither go to the left nor to the right. This is the way. On the Mount Calvary you see the cross. When you go to the cross, all your burden will be relieved automatically without no effort of you. All your burden will be falling from your back and you will be able to stand upright. You will be relieved of all your tensions. You will be relieved of all your fears, anxieties. And the peace surpassing all knowledge, the peace surpassing all wisdom will guard your mind. You will be in perfect peace when you go to the cross. In a particular busy city, a 2-year-old boy loses his way and could not find his way back to home. Not able to find the way, losing the way, goes from street to street in search of his house and could not trace out his house. The little child is in tears. It becomes darker, it becomes night. From dawn to dusk, the child roams here and there and fails to find his home. In fear, in hopelessness, the little child is in tears. On a patrol, the police officer in the night, in the darkness, sees a little child on the staircase of a house, in tears, in weeping. And the police officer goes to the little child, sits beside him, and asks, Why are you weeping? Why are you all alone? What happened to you? Where is your house? I have lost my home. I could not find way back to my house. There is no one to take me to my father. There is no one to take me to my mother. I need help to reach my home. Then the police officer lists out all the names of the streets around that place. Is this the name of your street? Is this the name of your street? Is this the name of your place of house? But all efforts in vain. Not knowing what to do, how to take the child to his home, the police officer lifts up his eyes unto the sky. I lift up my eyes unto the hills. Where shall my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Even police officers need help. Even ministers need help. Even the heads of the nations needs help. Counseling from where? Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6. For unto us a son is born, a child is given, he will be called a wonderful counselor, everlasting Father, mighty God, Prince of Peace. All the world leaders, all the police officers, all those that are in power, that are in authority, needs counseling from the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the maker of heaven and earth, the one that has created man in his own image, so that they will be relieved of their burdens. Here is a burden awaiting. The police officer could not find out the solution for this little child's problem, so he lifts up his eyes unto the hills, unto the sky. In the sky, when he lifts up, he could find a big cross far off, and an idea comes to his mind. This is the way God works, in marvelous ways. He gives counseling in wonderful ways. Looking unto the cross, the police officer gets the idea and a hope, and the police officer shows the little child. See there, could you see the cross? Have you ever seen this cross? Is your house anywhere surrounding this cross? Then the eyes of the little child shines forth with joy, with hope, with happiness. Yes, indeed, I know. If you can take me to the cross, from there, I know very well my home. I can easily go from the cross to my house. Are you lost? Are you hopeless? Are you in tears? Are you sick? Are you betrayed? Has your wife betrayed you? Has your husband betrayed you? Have your friends betrayed you? Have you lost everything? There is cross on which Christ was crucified. When you look unto the cross, all your burdens are relieved on your own. This is the personal experience of the preacher himself for the past 40 years. I have tasted and seen that the Lord is good. Come to the cross. The evangelist says to the Christian, Christian, you have to go this way and you will find the wicket gate. Once you open the gate, inside you will see a hill. On top of the hill you will see the cross on which Christ has been crucified. This is the door to heaven. When you reach the cross, all your burdens fall from your back automatically without no effort of you, and the peace surpassing all understanding will guard your mind, and your heart will be overflowing with joy. All your iniquities will be forgiven. No more feeling of guilt, no more anxiousness, no more burden of betrayal, no more sorrow, no more agony. Your heart will be filled with love, overflowing with happiness, contentment, satisfaction, joy. The joy that you cannot find in spite of all your searchings in this world. My boyfriend, my boyfriend, my boyfriend. What good is he for? So long as you are well, you will have many boyfriends, many girlfriends. But in the time of need, will this friendship stand the test of time? A friend in need is a friend indeed, and the true friend in need is Jesus Christ himself. Jesus Christ is a person. What good is Jesus Christ if He do not answer our prayers? What good is